we've been wanting to have you for some time, but God has made it possible that we'll have you today. Yeah. And basically we'll discuss about Kenyan soccer and of course something about yourself as a coach. And I can see you're accompanied by your able deputy.
Yeah, two. I have
two able deputies. We'll start.
I have, I say always I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
My friends, everything is open, clear.
Okay.
And even now, I know maybe for some people, it's, we are going now in election FKF and everybody's talking and talking and talking. So, and I said to myself, first of all, I don't care for the election. I'm responsible for the national team and football here.
Okay.
So therefore, I don't care if you in your private life are on this side, on the other side, and the same is also for the FKF president.
Okay.
So some people maybe be wondering why I'm here, but Nick Mwenda is a Democrat, so therefore we are talking about football, and this election is a totally private thing where everybody can have his own mind, but me as coach, I stay in the same I'm same near or same far away to everybody. Therefore, for me, it's not a problem, and I also not for the FKF.
Okay, coach will try and avoid the elections. You're a technical man, and the elections perhaps will leave for the politicians when they come to the show. We'll try as much as possible to keep off politics. We are going to talk about technical issues and your preparation. The country is hosting AFCON in 2027, and we believe that you will be the coach then, and of course, you have to tell Kenyans how you're prepared.
So, should I start?
No. We want to welcome your deputy. Coach, karibu sana ndani ya Radio 47.
Asante sana.
Unaionaje kwanza hapa?
Studio maana kwamba umetembea studio nyingi by the way. Naona ni kitu safi sana hii. Kitu safi. Mpya, kitu inakubalika.
Hii ukiangalia hivi inakuonesha tu vile mambo ipo.
Inaonesha mkofiti.
Mambo sawa coach. Unajua uwezi kuwa unaishi mahali kama hapa na mambo yako si mazuri. Kwanza once again asante sana kwa kuweza kufika ndani ya Radio 47.
Shukrani.
Msikilizaji, kama uko na swali, wazo ama pendekezo, wakati wako utatimia. Kwa sasa nataka tuweze kuanza gumzo. Coach, first of all, for the sake of the guys who perhaps don't know you well, give us your introduction. How long you've been in the game, and something about yourself, so that Kenyans need to know exactly who is Engin Firat.
I grew up in Germany. My origin is Turkish, and I'm gone to university there. I make the coaching license there. So I even make my pro license with 37 years. So most of, you have to understand that nobody in Kenyan history has a pro license, and I hope Ken will be the first one to get it, because we are working on it that he can go to Europe to get the pro license. So at the same time, I'm a sports teacher, history teacher. I can also teach at university. So I'm not a person which is only focused on football. I think my private life is far away from football. Football is my love. This is the way how it started. I started when I was young. Why? Because I had problems with my knee, with the meniscus. So therefore my career ended very early. So therefore I started as young as professional coach in Europe. I was only 26 years old. So I was very lucky to start with some really great guys, including Horst Rubesch, for example. I don't know, you are older one maybe who knows them. The golden generation of football, German football. So it was for me very good, because they give me all the experience and I could learn from them. Then I had the opportunity to work also in many different countries, and where I was really lucky. Maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'm good in my job, I don't know. I coached in European Champions League, in ASEAN Champions League. I coached in every high level it is possible, and I played against the best of the best. So it was all for me very good, and also to see different cultures, different situations, which make it for me also much easier to adapt in new countries. So like I said, it is my job, but I do it with passion, with love, and I'm not focused, about the matter, also about money. I'm not focused about money. Anyway, it comes in one way or another. It's more about that I need to feel good with what I'm doing, and especially the last year was not easy. I would say it was one of my most difficult years in my coaching career, but I was happy how the boys behaved, how they worked on themselves, and how they put themselves on the field, especially when people always forget. We didn't had 500 days, no football, nothing. Okay. So people here, it's very simple here to forget everything in 1 second. So we come from nothing, and we started very tough, and the boys give me my belief back, and this is what I enjoy about football. If the work you have done, if it comes back from the player side. So, and this is the most important thing for me.
Coach, before we proceed into the national team, for the sake of the guys who perhaps don't have your history, you were a coach at Eintracht Frankfurt. You talked about Germany between the years 2000 to the years 2002. Personally, I believe that German football is quite major, and I'd like you to tell us something about the German football, because there are certain times we had German coaches in Kenya. I think in a period of about 5 to 6 years, we had several German coaches, naming Red and Fabisch and the rest. What do you think is special about German football? The 2 years that you were at Eintracht Frankfurt, a big team in Germany, what did you learn from Eintracht Frankfurt, and why do you think German football is normally superior?
You have to understand the German way, and normally we say always the culture of the country is a mirror of the football of the country. So in Germany, everything is very well organized. So, for example, if you are a coach there, the only thing you have to focus on it is what you are doing on the field, training, So in other countries it's different. Here, for example, in Kenya, before I come to the field, I have to solve 55 problems. So you have a totally different job there. So therefore, I would even say it's much easier to work in Germany than in, for example, in Africa, because everybody who is working there is a specialist, especially in clubs like Frankfurt. This is the only way that you can also be on this level. They won 2 years ago the UEFA Cup. So therefore, to come to these levels, you have to have everything perfect organized. Not only the squad, the rest has to be perfect organized. And this is the way it works. But coming to your question about coaches, you have to understand this. And I also can realize that when we played the big games, for example, Iran, when we play Qatar, or Russia, so the coaches there, so it means Carlos Queiroz or Valery Karpin or Amir Galinoy, when they see me, they run to me and they hug me.
Yes.
So, and he asked why it is like this, and it is not like somewhere else. And I told him the problem here in Africa with the foreign coaches is that most of them, I don't want to underestimate anyone, but they was never in any level in Europe. This is the reality. So therefore,
wait, hold it there, coach. You mean that most of the coaches, the foreign coaches that come to Kenya,
not Kenya, no, especially in Africa, because sometimes also Ken is telling me, this, I never heard of this person. Sometimes from Germany or somewhere, but it's, I don't underestimate, or I don't say they are bad coaches. This is not the point. The point is what I'm trying to explain. They was not in high level in European football that I can know them. So, and this is, like I said to Ken, if, for example, Carlos, we played against each other. Valerie, I know, I played many times against Russia, whatever. So everybody knows everybody in the end. So, but here, I don't have this. So I cannot compare. There I know who is who, whatever. So therefore, I have to say also with my experience here that not everybody is, only because he is white, he is good. Understand?
So it's not necessary that a foreign coach will be a good coach.
No, of course not. Of course not. I tell you, for example, Ken is a coach with really big capacity, and I trust him very much. He has very good ideas. He has a good view for talents, and this is the reason why I spoke already with 2 federations in Europe to convince them that he gets a spot in the UEFA Pro License program. So, and sometimes it is better to go for your own people, but you have also, in this point, I have also to make them also to understand. Your own people have to know that what you have here now in Kenya is not professional football. If you think this is professional football, you have a problem.
Coach, go slowly, coach. You know, you're making a lot of very strong statements.
No. You ask me now about German football, yes?
Yes.
So, and I realized when I was with them, for example, in Qatar, when we was in Antalya and whatever, that all of our guys even, they had big eyes. Because the problem here is for you journalists and also for coaches and everybody in Kenyan football, as long as you are only here, you cannot know what is going on outside. You can? No.
You cannot.
So, if you don't come in the infrastructure or organization of big clubs in Europe or big organizations, you cannot compare yourself with them. So, but if you see only here, this area, then maybe you think, for example, this field is very good, this stadium is very good, this is very good. And I tell you, no. I tell you, no, it's not very good. It's opposite. And if you think that this is professional, you have to see the other countries, really football countries, big countries, to see what is going on. And what I mean and what I said, and I tried also to explain all the time. So in Qatar, for example, in every corner you have a first class training field. Show me one in Kenya. One. Or let me say another way, because this is also one thing what all the people forget with the Kenya national team now at the moment. We have a stadium now to play.
We are still constructing, coach. We are still constructing.
Now, at this moment, show me any other national team which is playing nearly or more than 80% of the matches away. We built up a team after 500 days without football and all the time away. This means you play against foreign fans and foreign fields. You have to travel. You have no time for training, whatever, under very hard circumstances.
Coach, hold it there. I think I want us to go slow.
Yeah.
I don't want us to mix. First of all, talk about Harambee Stars. I want us to build your profile. That's why I picked Eintracht Frankfurt as a big team in German, so that we can move systematically, and then ultimately we'll discuss Harambee Stars, because that is the main agenda. But I'd like us to build it so that we start with your profile, basically Eintracht Frankfurt and the teams that you've been. Fenerbahce, yes, and Dallas City. You're a sports director there. So basically, I want Kenyans to know who you are first. Then we move into the team.
Okay. And so to make it clear, in a very young age, I was very open for different countries and different cultures. So you see also in my profile that I was in many different countries, and in most of them I was coach in top teams which played Europe Cup or Asia Champions League. For example, in Sepan I played Asia Champions League. So in my profile also you can see that in all my career that I helped a lot of young players to give them a chance, which make a big career. Even now, I left Iran now more than 10 years ago, and still in the national teams of Iran are playing players which I took, the captain of the national team and others. Even when I go to the camp of Iran, the players said to me, "Oh, our father is coming."
Dakika 30 na katika baada ya saa 10, msikilizaji, ni ndani ya Radio 47. Tuko na kocha timu ya taifa Engin Firat, ambaye tunadadisi historia yake, na vile vile tuweze kudadisi kuhusu timu ya taifa Harambee Stars. Kumbuka kwamba mwaka wa 2027 Harambee Stars wako nyumbani katika michuano ya AFCON. Ni ndani ya Radio 47. Mimi naitwa Arocho na mwenzangu Lucky Hariano.
Tobwe la wiki, mjadala pevu wa spoti.
Sadakta kabisa, msikilizaji, tumeanza na historia yake. Ametupatia historia. Tumeongea kuhusu alipokuwa kule Ujerumani katika kikosi cha Eintracht Frankfurt, na basi pia ningependa nimuulize kuhusu alipokuwa kule Iran, amekuwa kule Moldova, alafu baada ya pale tuweze kuingia katika masuala ya Harambee Stars. Ama vipi Lucky Hariano?
Bila shaka unajua kwamba msikilizaji aswa Mkenya angependa kujua, je, baada ya kupewa ile idhini ya kuandaa makala ya AFCON tunajitayarisha vipi hasa timu ya taifa?
Ndio.
Alafu kuna wachezaji, baadhi ya wachezaji hawajafanya nio, angalau pia kocha aweze kutuwekea parawanja.
Alafu pia kuna mechi tunaenda inaitwa Four Nation kule Malawi. Atakuwa natueleza kikosi amekiandaa vipi. Na msikilizaji, wewe pia karada, manake wakati wako utatimia uweze kumuuliza swali. Kama kawa ndani ya Radio 47, mgeni huwa lazima kaulizwa swali. Nambari yote ya mawasiliano ni 0793047047. Coach, let's move to Iran, because you are there in Iran, and one of the teams that have done so well in Asia is Qatar and Iran. You were once there. What is so big about football in Asia?
Different to
what is happening?
Qatar and Kenya?
Yes, because I was in it's called Thailand. Harambee Stars played Thailand. I was in that match. And when we left Nairobi, we thought that there is no football in Thailand. We were so surprised. Thailand beat Harambee Stars 1-0. And for guys who are not there, could not believe. But I was there. There is beautiful football in Thailand. Great players, the atmosphere, the fans. And there's a time we also lost against India. And it was a big, big thing. But people forget that each and every country there's football. So for our listeners, let you help us understand what is Asian football doing that we are not doing in Africa.
Asian football, there are a lot of countries in Asia which invest a lot in football. For example, Indonesia, you will not believe, but I think they have average between 50 to 60,000 fans per match in league. I'm not talking about national team. So national team is playing nearly 80,000, 90,000 every match. So therefore, they had also last year, this year beginning, they had the under 17 World Championship there. So Thailand invested also a lot, but now it's going back. Football is in Asia maybe more popular than here in Africa. Why I say so? Because in Africa some countries are saying that they are football countries, but they are not. So they don't live with passion. Because I would say, why, if you are really in love with football, why these stadiums are empty? Explain me, why? It has to be a reason. Or we sit now in the studio, why he has an Arsenal shirt and not a local team shirt? So this is also the question we have to ask ourselves before we go on. And other countries, for example, in Qatar, football is not really so popular. But in Qatar, as I understood, it is one of the opportunities to show themselves to the world. So they started with academies, with one, I would say it's unbelievable, the Aspire Academy, it's an unbelievable thing there. And then they start to prepare the boys from very young age, and now they get the results. Iran is different. Iran is also not on top level in infrastructure, but they have also very big talents, very big football history. So therefore, in general, I would say in Asia, football is maybe a little bit better organized than in Africa, but in the same time, I was this year again invited for the Asia Championship. For sure, the only one from Africa who was invited. So, and I can say easily that in Asia we have 5-6 teams which can participate on high level in Africa. So African football is for 100% better than Asian football. This is for sure. So there are always, like I said, there are some countries like Japan, Qatar, South Korea, Iran, and Australia, where I say, okay, these teams can go to the AFCON and they can compete. The other ones, to be honest, they cannot go far. The other ones. This is how I see this.
Your opinion.
Yeah, for sure. So
and coach, what about the spectators in the field? Because we've seen most of our matches, there are no fans in the field at all. Is it that we fail at the marketing policy, or what might be the problem of Kenyan football?
In football, I don't believe you need marketing. If a football fan, if you are happy to see this match, you will go there. Yes or no? So this means everybody has to take the mirror in Kenyan football to look at the mirror. Why? This means the football is not attractive to the people. This is the reason why they don't come. Because it can't be that we have big clubs and, for example, like I remember, I don't know if Ken was there, we were going to a cup match inside of the week. Gorma here played a cup match inside of the week in Kasarani, and I think it was 20 or 25 people inside.
Yeah.
How it is possible, man, in Nairobi, I don't know, 5 million people or something in Nairobi? So how it is possible? And you have to ask yourself, something has gone wrong, because when I ask people, oh, it was in the history, it was not like this, it was always full or whatever. Then you have to ask yourself what is going wrong. Because I will say something more.
Was it on a weekdays or on a weekend?
No, weekdays. Weekdays doesn't matter. We are talking about a city here, more than 5 million people. How it can be possible?
But you find on weekdays people are in there doing their
Doesn't
jobs.
matter.
I support coach.
Yeah, it
You
is-
go to countries like I was in Zaire. Regardless of the day, wow, everybody is there. Na msikizaji, tunazidi, tuko bado na gumzo hapa na kocha wa timu ya taifa Engin Firat ambaye yuko nasi ndani ya studio, na vile vile tuko naye msaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo ndani ya Radio 47. Gumzo inashika, maana yake tunazidi kutembea, tunasonga, na muda usiokuwa mrefu tutaanza kudadisi timu ya taifa Harambee Stars.
Tobwe la wiki, mjadala pevu wa spoti.
Nambari yetu ya mawasiliano kama kawa 0793 047 047.
Karafa yako penyeza pale kwa 24047.
Kabla hatujasonga zaidi, Lucky Ariano wa Kenya wanasikiza sana coach Firat. Nataka wa Kenya wanaposikiza Firat washike pesa. Bila pesa hata hii mahojiano mtu atasikia raha. Ama vipi Lucky Ariano?
Kweli kabisa, maana namuona Kelvin Azenga anasema kwamba tafadhali tuweze kuangazia, rudia ile namba ambayo tutatuma pale sufuri tuweze kupata michuzi. Nakumbusha kwamba ili kupata pesa ndani ya Pika Box, ndani ya Mikiki Sporti, tunahakikisha kwamba kila Jumamosi yako unapofungulia redio make sure kwamba unapata michuzi ndani ya simu yako. Na ili upate michuzi, enda pale kwenye SMS, andika 0, tuma kwa 25258, kisha baadaye utakuwa unapata michuzi ndani ya vile visanduku. Usiwaze kwamba unachagua nambari moja ama mbili. Wewe reply with 0. Just use 0 because the power of 0 is the power of money. 0 kwa 25258, alafu utakuwa unapata mambo lembe.
Dakika 39 inakatika baada ya saa 10 ndani ya Radio 47. Bado tunazidi kuendelea na gumzo, ikiwa popote ulipo karada, manake muda usiokuwa mrefu tutakuwa tunafungua simu ili pia wewe uweze kuchangia. Coach,
Can I say one thing more about what you said about Kenyan football?
Yes.
So, look, if you sleep in football, there's always somebody who is awake and will be in front of you.
True.
So, why I say this, for example, as a coach also, when I start coaching, now it's a totally different way of coaching. When I start coaching, there was no counter-pressing, nothing. Everything changes. So, coming to Kenyan football, when I speak with the people, they say, oh, we was always big in front of Tanzania and Uganda, and we beat them, and so on and so on. So, but there's a problem. You say this all the time to yourself. It's true, with your talent you was in front. But let's face now the reality. They didn't sleep. They was awake in the time you sleep. Look at the reality. Now, who is TV provider now? Azam TV. Tanzania.
Yes, Tanzania.
So, which country is buying our players? They give the money for Elvis Rupia, for Duke, takes the best players and so on into which country? Tanzania. The Kenyan players wants to play there because they have better opportunities there. Yes? So, let's go for the next step. Even they took the physiotherapist of the national team. They take everybody they want, they take where? To Tanzania. Comes to the next point. Simba played quarterfinal, I think, championship.
Yes.
Yanga played final. So, where he was? Nowhere. Let's go another point, Senwa. In Africa League, which team was there?
Africa League, Simba. Even Yanga played so well.
So, and us. So, then I ask you, when happens this? Overnight?
No. It's a
It
process.
came after I came, it happened. No. So, it's a process, and where you can see exactly that Kenyan football was sleeping.
Okay, what is the solution?
The solution is to wake up, man. Not to tell stories, to wake up and to work for it. Because now it's a moment, what I said also before, you don't need any enemy in Kenya because everybody's enemy of everybody. Everybody is blaming everybody. So there's nothing changed. So it start, I blame Fred blames you, you blame me. And what happened? Nothing happened.
Exactly.
This is what happens. We have to stop to blame each other. We have to come out with a real game plan how to make the things better.
But coach, how do you expect, you're talking about everybody coming together. What is the ideal model of bringing in all these stakeholders? Because fans are stakeholders, coaches are stakeholders, referees are stakeholders, even the federation is a stakeholder.
Yeah.
The government is the major stakeholder of soccer in any place, in any part of the world. How the experience that you've had, how do we bring all these stakeholders together so that we can align and talk the
One
same language?
Yeah, I see there a big problem because, like I said before, everybody is enemy of everybody. There I see a problem to bring the people together. You have more experience than me about it. I think in one point the sport minister is on a good way, that he start to invest in youth programs, because this is the only future we have. Because the main problem I have now with Kenyan football is that everybody is only focused on the end product. But how you can have a good end product when there is no work before? So we have no scouting, we have no chance, we have not even, most of the teams don't have any youth department. So how it can work? It's not possible. So and therefore the first steps before you even bring the teams together, I would start really to give some rules. First of all, about every team which is in a professional league have to have a youth department. It has to be a rule. Otherwise, to put the girls and boys always in the academies, we get them too late. I get them too late. It's too late. Sometimes I'm sitting there watching a game. They told me, oh, this boy came from now 3rd division. I said, oh, he has talent. How old is he? 26. What I can do with 26 anymore? I cannot change anything anymore. So, and people want me then in the A national team to change a player who has no clue about tactic, against which, I give you one example about the AFCON. In the AFCON, there was more than 200 players who are playing in top 5 leagues of Europe. This is a crazy amount. True. And this shows the quality of African football is crazy high. How many we have?
None.
No, we have one. We have one. Joseph Okumo in France. One. Well, how many do you think have Ivory Coast? So how you want to compare yourself with them? It is logic? I ask you.
Now, Coach, as we say all this, and that's why I talk about the stakeholders, and you've said that the current minister is doing a lot. You, as an experienced tactician, isn't it your place perhaps to advise and even talk to these coaches? The reason I'm saying so, Coach, I normally feel so discouraged when I see coaches training and yet they're not given opportunities. Because how do you explain us as a country producing 2,000 coaches and we keep on recycling coaches? My opinion, I might be wrong. I believe that everybody should be given a chance. Ken Odhiambo, a very good coach, he should be given a chance.
Yeah.
Nicholas Muyoti, I'm just now giving the top coaches, should be given a chance. We have several young coaches.
Salim Bab.
But they rarely get this chance.
I think we talked with FKF president about this, because I believe the education here is not enough. I will be very clear about
What do you mean?
So what I mean is, I think till all lessons you can get here maximum. So we have in Europe, we have always international coaching courses. This means all around the world, the top coaches are coming there too, and they give their experience, whatever. So therefore, we need to find a way that these coaches, who I believe they are the future of Kenyan football, that we send them to Europe, somewhere where are these courses, so that they can go to these courses, to learn something. They have to go to what I said before, to go to clubs, to see the infrastructure, what is going on really on high level. What is going on? How is nutrition? How is the rehabilitations? All the things which are totally missing in Kenyan football, to learn it and then to bring back to Kenyan football. And we have to produce it ourselves. Otherwise, we have no chance. It's not possible. So, and this we have to do as much as possible. We have to bring the young ones, because if you are in a certain age, you don't change anymore with your swords, and you are not more available for some information. We have to take these ones where we believe they are the future, and these ones have to give it back again to the other generation who is coming, that they grow up together.
And Coach, you have mentioned about the academy as the Harambee Stars coach. Do we have an academy for the Harambee Stars?
No. What academy? So, to be honest, I don't see anything at the moment here. We are doing
and what about the so-called academies? Look, because if you ask me, we don't have an academy in this country.
Look, to explain you, all around the world, never a federation makes the scouting. These are the clubs. Because in the end, it is also in the favor of the clubs. If they find the players young,
talent,
they grow them up, they enjoy them, and if they bring good performance, you can sell them even outside to earn money. Yes. So therefore, it is something which has to start with the clubs. So, and we call the academies which I see is right and left. Okay, which conditions they have? Which coaches they have? Tell me. Because
that's why I have a problem.
Yeah,
because I've gone to several academies in this country with people who don't even have an idea of what football is all about. So how do you bring up a junior without the know-how? So I don't call them academies.
It's not only this. I'm even against academies where you pay money for it. You know why? Because if I have to pay money for going for an academy, this means that everybody who has money is going there, not the talent. So I believe only that if you have really talent, you don't need to pay. Everybody has to focus to bring out the talent. This is my opinion. So, but to do this, I believe first of all not in academies and in youth departments of the clubs. So, and I cannot understand that clubs only thinking about transfer. This money, you have to understand like this. If you put in one foreign player you bring here, and you invest this money and he don't work, it doesn't work. This, let me say you lost $50,000. Let me say, okay? So if you put this in $50,000 in youth department, maybe one very good player is coming out. Yes or no? So, and this is the way we have to change the thinking. If we have, for example, in Europe, in many teams who are, for example, in East Europe or whatever, they know they have no chance in this economic way to participate against the big clubs. What they're doing, they know they have to produce players and to win money. That's the way.
So the production is very important.
Yep. Look, in Africa, you cannot invest in clubs like this. You have to product and to sell. This is the way African clubs can survive and African football goes up.
Well, coach, msikilizaji, bado tuko naye kocha wa timu ya taifa Engin Firat ambaye anatupatia mawazo yake auto tu, na nambari yetu ya mawasiliano kama kawa ni 0793047047. Usisahau kwamba pia tuko naye kocha msaidizi Ken Odhiambo ambaye yuko ndani ya studio, na basi bado tunazidi tu kuweza kumuuliza maswali kocha, alafu baadaye tutajaribu pia tupate maoni yake Ken Odhiambo ambaye yuko ndani ya studio. Hapa leo hakuna mbuzi kuruka kamba. Dakika ikiwa inakatika ya 50 baada ya saa 10 ndani ya Radio 47, tupate vidokezo.
Vidokezo vya habari za Radio 47.
Shambulio dhidi ya madaktari wakati wa maandamano lazima kukashifiwa, na vile vile tutakomesha utumiaji wa mihadarati nchini, asisitiza Mheshimiwa Gachagua. Hayo na mengi zaidi atakuwa anatua hapa Wadi Mwema itakapotimia mida ya saa 11 juu ya alama.
Vidokezo vya habari za kina.
Dakika ikiwa inasalia 10 kutimia saa 11 ndani ya Radio 47. Ni mimi wako Arocho, niko na mwenzangu hapa Lucky Ariano, na vile vile tuko na kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa Engin Firat na msaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo.
Tobwe la wiki, mjadala pevu wa spoti.
Sadakta kabisa. Na coach, as we move towards the national team, what I'm getting out of you is that the approach is not necessarily from one angle. We need to approach this from various angles. The clubs, the media, the federation, and basically
technical team.
It is more than one person to push the agenda.
Of course.
Or does it mean that these people that are being given opportunity, they don't have passion about football?
No, it doesn't mean like this. One part is, like I said before, if you don't know real professional football, if you was never there to compare, and you believe this what you know is everything, then anyway you are limited. Yes or no? So, and this is one of the problems. And one other problem is, I got the feeling that the trust is missing between everybody. Trust is missing, nobody trusts in media don't trust in them, this don't trust in this. So, and I face it also sometimes where I don't understand you, because for example me, I'm open for every question, I answer everything, whatever, but then sometimes I had last again with Mozart Sport, it was beginning of the AFCON, I make a comment about the AFCON, and then next day it's written, for example, Firat, we will win very easy against Ivory Coast. The next one is writing, we will win easy against Ivory Coast and go very easy to World Cup. So I never said things like that, you know. And there I understood the trust cannot come out really to build something out if everybody is doing what he wants. So if everybody would be really honest to each other and talk about the real problems we all have all together, because the media is not happy, the stakeholders are not happy, FKF is not happy, the national team coach is not happy, then something is wrong, people. Show me anyone who is really happy now.
Coach, hold it right there. We are going to have a break and have the news. And just after the news, we'll move into Harambee Stars. And of course, we'll bring in Ken Odhiambo, your assistant. It's good that now at least we know how your journey has been in Europe and the experience that you've gathered in Europe. Dakika ikiwa na katika dakika 53 baada ya saa 10. Kabla ya kuvuta unyunyu na kuweza kuipata habari, msikilizaji, nataka upate mihela. Mimi Lucky Ariano, kitu ambayo napenda kwa hii dunia ni pesa. Hizi vitu zingine hata mkeo nyumbani ati ni kelele tu kila wakati. Arocho kelele atakwambia mzee, hata mbwa atashangana, huyu mzee kila siku tu ni mastori. Nipe mihela Lucky Ariano.
Manake msikilizaji, naona kwamba dakika ni 53 baada ya saa 10, na kupitia kwamba tu kabla kuweza kumaliza lisali hili, hakikisha kwamba unapata michuzi, na kupata michuzi ama pesa ndani ya simu yako unatumia tu 0. Enda pale kwenye SMS, iwapo unatumia smartphone ama mulika shetani, mulika mwizi, enda tu pale kwa SMS, andika 0 kisha elekeza kwa 252580 kwa 25258, kisha baadaye utakuwa unafanya kutabasamu, manake mwezi umeisha na pia wewe weekend yako itakuwa inakwenda maridadi.
Zinasalia dakika 6 kutimia saa 11, na ipisha habari msikilizaji, na baada ya habari tunarejea tena. Tuko naye Engine Firat, kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa Harambee Stars, na vile vile msaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo. Alikuwa anaitwa Mabom. Atatuambia kwa nini alipewa jina Mabom. Kwa anaitwa Mabom. Coach, you said, and I have it on record, that Kenya can beat Ivory Coast if we prepare well. Why are you denying it? I even have the recording and can share if need be. Are you denying that you said that we are going to beat Ivory Coast?
So maybe my English is not good enough, or he don't understand. I think there is a difference between self-confidence and saying we can, if everything is, I have the recording too, to say to him, and I can put it on the table, then he will feel very ashamed that he is doing this. I know who is this. I never said we will beat easy Ivory Coast. And this is what they wrote. And I have the recording. I said, if all our players together are healthy, we prepare well, then why we should not win against them? And if you listen today, what I said all the time, I said 2 or 3 times, in June we can have a good, nice, surprising result. I said today also? Yes. So, therefore, I know who is it, and I will call him.
Coach, who is it?
Gilbert, you know who is it?
It's called Gilbert.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm a very straightforward going man. If he continue like this, then he will get more from me, because then I will not talk to him anymore. Because what I said is very clear, and nobody can come out and say that I said easy to win. Who are we to win easy against Ivory Coast? Explain me. You know the squad of them? You know that the Africa champion? How somebody can say we can win easy? Tell me.
No,
and if he has a recording, he should, if he is an honest man, he should give the recording out when I said we will win easy. If he is an honest man. I'm here. We can face everywhere he wants. Because I have nothing to hide.
Okay, coach. Lucky malizia. Naona coach joto linaingia. Tukimalizia.
An SMS. Sama great coach Frat, this and Arocho. My question is, our coach Frat rarely attends FKF Premier League matches. How does he select his team?
What he makes? Really?
You rarely attends FKF Premier League matches. How does he select his team?
How he knows? How he knows? This is, I have to say this because I am really wondering about it. Every day somebody writes, also media, former players, whatever. I never see anyone in the stadium. Nobody. I'm always there.
No.
Okay, Fred, you are sometimes there. Even I go even to second division. Tomorrow I'm again in second division, and people are coming less. I was even New Year in this country, and I can't hear it anymore. All the time the same lies, all the same bullshit talkings, because it's a lie. And I don't believe that anyone, even I tell you something, sometimes I'm sitting between the fence. They are shocked that I'm sitting there. Ken is often with me there together. So, where are these people? I never see them. But they are asking me why I'm not at match. You cannot see me because you are never there.
Or rather, there are a lot of matches on there playing over the weekend, so you cannot be all over the stadium.
Yeah, but I have to be everywhere.
Coach,
Everywhere.
Yeah.
How?
you're saying you never see me in the stadium, Coach.
No, we had a lot of fights even.
Rarely.
You know, we almost fought with Coach in the stadium. That's how we became friends. We almost fought, Coach. You remember that time? My team KCB was playing.
Okay, Roger, allow me to finish the question.
But even this, this question I cannot understand. How somebody can say this if he never saw me anyway? So how you can ask this question if you are never yourself somewhere? How you can ask this question? This is always the same products they have. Okay, this is a foreigner who came here. Always the same thoughts. He is going for holidays, whatever. Amen. I was New Year here, not with my family. I was here. Ken he knows me. We was together New Year. You want to explain me that I'm here and don't go for matches? Oh man.
Thank you, because I think he has clarified.
I'm in Malaysia.
Or rather, I finished the
Malaysia.
question. There are also allegations that somebody in the federation plans the team, or rather hands names to him. Is it true? Otherwise, he's doing a good job, and let us give him time.
It never happened in my life, and it will never happen. Forget FKF. Never, ever.
Nobody can force you with anything.
How, man? How?
No, before you came,
Yeah.
there've been issues.
It's not my
national
problem,
team.
Fred. It's
No.
not my problem.
Coach,
Yeah.
let me just finish. There've been issues, there've been fears that certain players were being forced into the national team. So it's just natural that Kenyans might assume that it also happened with you, and it's good. You've confirmed that it cannot happen with you.
Plus, you have to understand, if you want to have a functional team, a real team which always stays together, you have to be fair to everybody. If you are not transparent, if you are not fair against everybody, if any player understands that somebody is in the team because of other reasons, you lost the team. And I will never risk this. I will accept that everybody blames me, but I will never risk to lose my team.
Okay, Coach, we are running out of time. Coach,
I have one thing more, because I get it all the time, and I don't know how I can explain it. FIFA ranking. All the time people are coming, oh, we are going down in FIFA ranking, think of FIFA ranking. And nobody knows, I think, normal that the football fans don't know how FIFA ranking is working, how you get the points. So, first of all, we was 500 days out, so therefore we cannot get any point, yes?
Yes.
So, to explain that there is a difference between every game, to make it clear. For example, from 18 to 26, we have now FIFA days. If, for example, Kenya plays in Uganda on 17 of March and wins away match, and Tanzania plays, let's say, on 25 against Uganda at home and wins, you expect the same points, even more points for us, because the away match, yes?
yes.
You know what is the reality? They get 5 times more points because it's an official match. And we had any official match? No. We didn't have any official match because we had the ban.
For the benefit of the listener, what do you mean by official match?
Official match is qualifier or AFCON match or whatever. We had only friendly matches. So, and this official matches, this means qualifier matches for AFCON or whatever, they get 5 times more than in this situation, like I explained. We have a friendly match outside, even if we play away. So, we have any chance then? No. We go down with the points extremely. And even now, AFCON was played in January. All official matches. We was at AFCON? No. So, it's normal that every team which was behind and was at the AFCON is in front of us. So, there's nothing we can do. Even we are in a good situation. Some teams fall down 40, 50 places. So, why some people coming always out with this story? Oh, we go down in FIFA ranking. Amen. If you don't understand the FIFA ranking, don't talk about it.
Okay, coach, hold it there. Finish up with Ken Odhiambo, then you will summarize. Okay. Coach, kwa mtizamo wako, tunaenda kucheza mechi, sitakuuliza kuhusu wachezaji, but kwa mtizamo wako tunaenda 4 nation. Wakenya watarajie nini katika mechi ambazo zinakuja, na vile vile nadhani itakuwa mechi ya kujiandaa katika mechi zetu za kufuzu kombe la ulimwengu. We are facing Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast ni African champions. Unahoji vipi hapo coach?
Jambo la kwanza naweza sema kuwa ni mashabiki wakuwe na subra na wanajua kwamba wataona timu mpya tofauti. Kuna wachezaji wageni watakuweko,
ndio,
na kocha amekuwa akifanya research yake. Amekuwa halali, watu wanasema coach aendi uwanjani nini, but baada pia ya hizi mechi
ndio
kuna kazi pia. Hata saizi tukitoka hapa kuna kazi, as in kwenda kuangalia nani yuko sawa, nani hayuko sawa, unaona. So hiyo mechi ya Ivory Coast na Majaliwa, kitu moja nilisema wakati interview fulani baadaye, na coach pia amesema saizi coach huogopi timu yote, kwa sababu anajua na vijana ambao ameweka katika ile shape nzuri,
ndio,
na tuna team vijana ambao wako wameshikamana,
so tuwe na imani,
kwa sababu hii timu ambayo iko saizi ambayo imetengenezwa ni vijana wako pamoja. Ni kama tuseme katika familia. Hii ni familia moja. Na that's why unaona coach anasema yeye hawezi ongea mchezaji nje. Unaona,
so yeye huwa anasimama na wachezaji
na ana make sure wachezaji pia wanampa kile ambacho amewaambia na kile ambacho anataka.
Haya coach, as we finish, Michael Olunga, there've been issues. He's not scoring goals for the national team. He's scoring goals in Qatar. Guys have been thinking that perhaps we can change, get another striker, because he's also time is also catching up with him. What do you have to say there?
What's the time is going down with Michael?
What I mean by time is, we need succession.
I know how many teams wants Michael, and I'm happy that he's with us. He's a fantastic player, and every striker in the world, even the biggest in the history, had always a time where they was not scoring. So therefore I'm very let me say very relaxed, because for me it's important that he scores in the important matches.
So you are confident with your captain?
Yeah, he will score, man. You saw now this goal which he scored yesterday. It's
fantastic,
crazy.
Fantastic.
So
goal.
Michael, it's most important is always the quality of a player. Every player can have up and downs, but the quality is important. And Michael has a fantastic quality, and this next one we have on the central forward situation is anyway Masoud Juma, and Masoud is now a long-term out, because Masoud is also a very gifted player. But I hope soon he will be back with us.
We are playing Malawi in the 4 nations. Shuma was given an opportunity, the homeboys player. He scored a goal. Since then, he's not really featured. Do you think that with the injury of Masoud, now we can see Shuma, or you're perhaps thinking of any other striker?
Look, I said also to Moses, like I'm very clear with every player what I expect from them. And I expect also from Moses that he develop more. So... and I'm not really happy that even in his teams that he don't have enough playing time. So he has to fight for it, and then we will see more. And coming now to this tournament, it will be again a chance for me to try something new, new players, or maybe also a new system, to be ready for June. And I think we will have some totally new faces in this tournament.
We are going to have new faces,
because like it's to build a team, it's not 11 players. You have to build up a minimum 23. So, and therefore we have to work on and always try new things till we come to the point where I say, okay, now we have in every position 2-3 players where we have and everybody knows what we have to play, which system, what he has to do. Then I'm relaxed, and then I can say if he's missing, no problem. If he is missing, no problem. And we are not at this point now.
Lastly, we are hosting CHAN. And many say that you concentrate a lot on foreign-based players, also when we are playing our friendlies. Are you preparing for? How are you preparing for CHAN? Because CHAN basically will have the home-based players playing for that tournament.
Yes. So first of all, if you look at our rivals like Ivory Coast, Gabon, Gambia, whatever, then you see that none of them have so many local players in the squad like us. None of them altogether have not this. So we invited a lot of local players. We give a lot of local players a chance, and this way we have our list always ready. And I will even ask the federations that can take over the Chan team. And you know also that we are trying also to give the team a chance to go to America in June, the Chan team. So therefore I hope also this will happen to bring them together. And I think with the players we give a chance, and also with the boys who are coming now from under 80, under 20 together, all together, we should have a functional team for the Chan at home.
Okay. Coach,
which team do you support in Europe?
do you have a team?
You know, if you are professional like me, there is only one team you support, it's your own team.
Okay. So it's Harambee Stars.
Harambee Stars.
Finish, yeah.
And here at home, there are several teams, coach, clubs that you prefer, not support, but prefer.
Local?
Yes.
No. Yes, for me is only
Coach,
one team.
not Shabana?
Huh?
Shabana?
No, it's Fred's team.
No, no, coach.
look, like I said before.
Unanipeana wewe.
Kama hadi coach anajua.
So to make it clear, for me, the door is open for everybody. I have no problem.
Coach, you've not watched, there's a team that puts on green
I have never
in the
watched
league.
this. A Green Army, or what you mean?
No. There's a team that plays putting on green.
On green.
And they have a lovely bus.
Not a bus. Omnibus.
No.
It's a Green Army or not?
No, not Green Army, coach.
Just army.
There's a team that is a bank team. Coach, bank team. Coach, you've not seen that team, surely, coach.
Yes, of course, but what you want now? I don't understand. And why you are talking about the bus? I don't understand.
No. You know,
you like to drive a lot.
No. We have very few teams with the good buses in the league. Gor Mahia is one, but I'm not talking about.
So,
Gor
for
Mahia.
example, last camp was Hanif was there.
Yeah.
What?
Hanif Wesonga.
Yes, that's my player. So have you ever? Do you know the team, coach?
Yeah, you know, now you see, now you make a big bomb. You know, when I said Hanif, you didn't even know which player.
No, I did. No. The pronunciation.
Now you explode live on air. Fred Arocho explode. Boom!
Coach, Coach, I have to put things in context.
No chance, it's done.
Your pronunciation. Coach, there's
go, man. What happened?
Thank you very much,
Final coach.
Yeah.
You've been around for a while. What is your favorite meal? Is it Uji Power
Do you know Ujipa?
Food.
or food?
The name is. I have problems with names.
So
So I
porridge,
thought
there's a
you
flavor-
wanted to bring me to eat the beans. This is what I ask you.
Mandondo?
Yeah. So, but you never do.
No, I'll take you for Mandondo.
Yeah,
but
you said this
which is your
6
favorite
months,
meal?
man.
Which is your favorite?
Say 6 months he's telling the same.
No, Mandondo is still getting ready.
All look, everybody who's now listening, 6 months is telling the same.
Coach, please answer. Which meal do you enjoy?
Yeah, no.
I'll take you for Mandondo. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's okay by me. The
what-
rest I don't trust you.
What meal? Fish.
I don't. You know, I'm not choosing so much.
Okay.
No.
So which is your favorite?
In general, or you mean in Kenya? What do you mean?
In Kenya.
In Kenya, I would say fish. Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah, I have to say I was surprised that you have so good fish here.
Okay.
Really.
Lovely fish.
So what was the name? This
Tilapia.
yeah.
Tilapia.
Yeah, so I was very surprised about fish, because I have to say that I'm not a real fish eater, but here really I like it
Lovely
very much.
fish.
So-
With ugali? Or
no, ugali is not my thing. I have to be honest.
What do you eat with
Yeah.
fish?
Fish. You can eat everything with fish, rice, with the potato, whatever. You don't know what.
Coach, potato.
Yeah.
But Ken has not told you about Uji Power.
You know Ujipa?
Uji Power.
Which one is it?
Porridge
When I-
Power. Can you call it porridge power?
Porridge.
Porridge.
Porridge that has
Gives you the power you need.
So I tell you something. Maybe you need some power, but I'm okay.
Thank you very much,
In your age, Fred, you need something. I know.
Thank you for visiting our studios, Coach. And once again, all the best, Coach.
Thank you
And
for
one
all
thing
of us.
one thing I like about you, you take criticism positive. I started by criticizing you. I was really hard on you. You made me understand your philosophy, and now we are very good friends.
You know, it's sometimes
I got your gift. You gave me some lovely gifts.
Yes.
Yes,
You have also to understand sometimes it's also a little bit problem of language. I have to be honest also about it. Sometimes there can be misunderstanding when I try to explain something, especially to media or whatever. So if you have more time to talk, then people understand more what you have in your mind. So therefore most of the things with time anyway get solved, and I have no problems with critics as long it is critics, you know. So because sometimes it is only you want to attack, but there is nothing I can see, you know. Why? I don't understand what you even want to say. And therefore
Coach.
it's very simple to handle.
The last SMS, the journalist, I'm not going to mention him, is saying, please tell coach when he comes for our interview, let him not be mad, let him not be worked up, let him just be relaxed.
How, man? How? I'm the head coach of national team of Kenya. You can't be relaxed. It is not possible. if tell our friend, whoever it is, tell him if he would be the coach of Kenya, don't worry, he will be never relaxed. It's not possible, man. I wish I could be. No.
There's a lot of pressure.
When you think you solve today 5 problems, till the evening you have 10 other problems. So therefore, don't worry, it's not easy to be relaxed.
Thank you very much coach, and all the best. Dakika ina katika 26 baada ya saa 12 tunazama tukizuka, tutakuwa tunazuka na masuala ya majuu. Mechi ligi za Uingereza zinaendelea na pia Hispania nafahamishwa kwamba mambo yanaendelea, na ili nisaidia sana. Manake mimi kwa sababu nilikuwa tu hapa mjini, mambo ya ng'ombe na nini sikuwa najua.
Ndio.
So ng'ombe tulikuwa tunaiona pale kwenye agricultural show, tunaona vile mambo inaenda na nilikuwa nafurahia sana.
Ndio.
Ilikuwa wakati ilikuwa inaitwa aje? Kuna jina hapa. ADC ni nini?
Sini agriculture development whatever.
SK. Coach, wewe ADC tena umetoka.
Agriculture showground.
Yes, ASK. ASK. Yaani hiyo ADC ni nini?
ADC ipo pia.
Hiyo ni nini?
Unajua nimekuwa Kitale, maana nimeona hiyo ADC iko Kitale.
Agricultural show.
Agricultural show of Kenya. Laki sasa ADC tena.
ADC ipo na pia inazungumzia vitu vya kilimo.
Hiyo ni nini?
ADC wana deal na ng'ombe.
Ng'ombe. Haya, sasa kongamano la agriculture hapa bara Afrika inakuja hapa Kenya.
Ndio.
Na basi maonyesho ya Agri Africa Expo and Conference yafanyika nchini Kenya kuanzia tarehe 14 Mei hadi tarehe 17 Mei. Yaani tarehe 14, tarehe 15, tarehe 16 na hatimaye inatamatika tarehe 17. Ni fursa ya kipekee ya kujijenga kiuchumi, kushuhudia na kufahamu mifumo ya kilimo, biashara na zaidi. Agri Africa Expo and Conference inawaleta pamoja zaidi ya wageni 10,000, zaidi ya waonyeshaji 200 na zaidi ya wafadhili 10. Agri Africa Expo and Conference inaletwa kwako na Wizara ya Kilimo na Ufugaji. Agri Africa pamoja na Cape Media. Inamaanisha kwamba kuanzia tarehe 14 hadi tarehe 17 Mei, basi hii kwa wale hasa ambao wanaelewa na kupenda masuala ya kilimo, basi watakuwa na nafasi nzuri tu ya kuweza kutizama masuala hayo. Na usisahau msikizaji, tuko na kocha wa timu ya taifa Harambee Stars, Engine Firat, ambaye bado tuko naye ndani ya studio, na vile vile tuko naye coach Ken Odhiambo. Mabom. Laki umesikia jina Mabom? Leo atatuambia hii Mabom. Kwani alikuwa analipua mabomu?
Tobwe la wiki, mjadala pevu wa spoti.
Sadakta kabisa. Coach, we are back after the news. And we now would like to move to the national team. Coach, when you came.
Can I say something? Because I don't want that people maybe get confused what I said about coaches. To make it clear, my door is anyway open for everybody, and maybe people don't know. For example, Thomas Trucha, we meet sometimes when we talk about football, about his team, or other teams. For example, John Baraza, we meet. And even, you know, why I said in the beginning also about the election, you know that the CEO there is also a candidate. Even I don't care or nobody cares.
Which CEO is a candidate?
From Bandari. the vice chairman.
Twaha Mbarak.
So therefore, I don't care about this, and also nobody from federation will tell me anything. Don't talk or whatever. I'm also with John Baraza, good and so on. So I don't want to go in every name or whatever, but I want to make it clear that my door is always open for everybody, which matter anyway it is. And there are a lot of coaches where I have a friendly relation.
Yes.
So this is one, and one thing more before I forget also about. When you ask me about which problems we have, 2020 was Chekafa for under 17.
Yes.
If I ask anyone in Kenyan football now, then give me one name of the boys who played there, you cannot give me one name.
The winners.
Chekafa 2020, it's 4 years ago, the
Yes.
under 17 of Kenya.
Yes.
None of them are in the market.
Why do you think so, coach?
And why?
Where are they? Tell me.
Why do you think they fed off?
There are a lot of things I have to ask. If these boys have these talents, where are they? First. Second of all, maybe they have the talent, but who developed them? Who helped them? How it is possible that there was a generation which is gone? Which is gone? Explain me. Explain me and you will understand the biggest problem of Kenyan football.
So you think we don't have adequate coaches?
I'm not talking about coaches. I'm talking, it's never a problem about persons. It's always a problem about the system, about the structure.
Okay.
So the first question would be how you identify these boys from the under 70. What was the first question? So and after this, when they're gone back to their clubs, why they're not more on the market? Why? So, I don't know. You have to tell me. Because be fair. I'm now nearly only 1 year all the time here. Yes or no?
Yes.
So how should I know everything? But explain me this.
Is it our system?
Look, I will explain you like this. At the World Cup, last World Cup, the players who was at the last World Cup in the European teams, the European national teams, 80%, more than 80% of these players played before in the junior national teams of their countries. From Africa, it's nearly 20%. Then you understand.
So the 80% is lost somewhere.
Where? You understand? And how the other countries solve this problem, why the French-speaking countries take them from Europe directly. Who are ready, who are playing in League One or in Premier League, whatever, they took them like...
That's another question I wanted to ask, Coach. Look at small countries like Togo. For me, Senegal is a small country. Benin, Guinea-Bissau. They have a lot of foreign-based players. How come a country with such a good GDP, I assume that Kenya is one of the richest country in the continent. How come we cannot translate what we have to go to Europe?
This is quite normal. Why it is quite normal? Because all these French-speaking countries was under control of France. There was a direct connection, and the families are gone to France. I think it's now maximum 20 years ago the Kenyans started to go outside of the country. So now we have a little base in England. Something is growing in England now. There are some young boys who are coming now from England, but we have not the same like the African French-speaking countries, because they are already 40-50 years in France and in Belgium. So, and they get from beginning the development which they need, and with this development they get, of course, of the level which they can get with their talent. But we don't have this inside of Africa, and this is the problem, that we have talents here, but they will get lost if we don't develop them, if we don't find them. Remember in the beginning when I came here, I told you, if Messi would be born in Kenya, for 99% we would never know that he's here.
Messi could have disappeared.
Yeah, we would not know.
Thank you very much, Tony Kwalanda and the TV47 team. We are live on TV47. Tony Kwalanda, kazi nzuri unafanya upande huo mwingine wa runinga ya TV47. Coach, hold it there. I would like to now bring in your able deputy. Coach, karibu sana kwa mara nyingine ndani ya Radio 47.
Shukran sana.
Wengi wanakuita mabomu. Arafa zinajaa hapa. Hii mabomu ilikujaje ukaitwa mabomu, coach?
Nilikuwa napiga tobwe na mguu wa kushoto. So watu walikuwa nasema ilikuwa inakuja kama bomu.
Kama bomu.
Ulikuwa striker ama ulikuwa beki?
Nilikuwa beki wa kushoto, kupanda na kushuka.
Ulikuwa beki.
Sio. Ngoja ngoja. Ngoja sikiza Roy. Atumsema beki wa kupanda
na kushuka.
Ulikuwa beki wa kupanda na kubaki. Kubaki.
Mimi nimemuona. Anacheza kushoto, alafu marehemu Lichuku
katikati.
Ushaona bana. Unaona hiyo defense? Alafu kulikuwa na mwingine on the right, alikuwa anaitwa nani?
Marehemu Shikubu.
Shikubu. Anthony Shikubu. Alafu Soja marehemu pia
Anders.
Wanapiga kwenye na vile najua timu. Yaani mabomu naye alikuwa beki mzuri. Coach, nimesikia kocha mkuu akikusifu sana. Anasema kwamba kwa makocha, anasema anaheshimu sana makocha wengi hapa Kenya, lakini wewe amekupatia nafasi yako ya kipekee. Kwa nini unadhani coach amekuweka katika ngazi ya juu hivi? Maanake wewe ni baadhi ya makocha ambao mmekaa naye na pia umekaa timu ya taifa sasa kwa muda.
Nafikiri ni ile kufanya kazi kwa pamoja na kufanya jambo ambalo analitaka. Unajua coach ni mtu ana uzoefu mwingi na ni mtu akikwambia ufanye kitu anataka ifanywe kwa
vile amesema
design fulani.
Okay.
So ukifanya vile anataka mnakuwa marafiki na pia ni coach ambaye ana uzoefu mkubwa na anakupa mawaidha kama si kama coach tu pia kama mzazi.
Ndio.
So anakupatia, unaangalia vitu na different angle.
Okay.
Unaona kitambo unaona tukicheza mpira tuko naangalia tu football, unajua hii tu ni starehe nini, but football ni iko
tofauti.
Unaona kuna mambo mengi sana, si uwanjani tu peke yake. Nje uwanja pia.
So hawa wachezaji mnawaandaa hata nje ya uwanja. Kando na yale ambayo tunaona dakika 90 pale uwanjani.
Sasa hata kabla tuingie saa hizi kocha alikuwa anaongea na wengine.
So wale wako nje ama wako hapa ndani?
Wale wako nje. So unaona si kazi ati uwanjani peke yake. Ati mtu shabiki ukiona uwanjani ndio unajua ati nimekuja kuscout, hapana. Pia lazima nifuatilie nje mchezaji wako. Wale kina Kumu ambao wako nje. Unaona kama kina Joseph Okumu, akina Olunga, wote wale coach wanaongelesha,
wanawasiliana sana.
Unaona kama saizi Masud Juma unaona
alipata jeraha, ndio
juzi tumekuwa naye tukipata mlo pamoja, tukijulia hali kuona ni nini hasa muda gani atachukua ndio arudi
kabla arejee uwanjani.
So haimaanishi kuwa ni mchezaji wangu wakati ana afya nzuri. Pia kiumia ni mchezaji wangu.
Unaona coach ametaja jambo hapa, anaongea kuhusu wewe kwenda kule Ulaya kwa kupata leseni nani ama kupata experience na coaching badge ambayo ni tofauti. Kwa mtazamo wako, amesema kwamba shida yetu kubwa ni kwamba hatupatii makocha wengi nafasi ya kwenda nje. Ukubaliana naye?
Ni kweli, na naweza sema jambo hilo tulizungumzia tuko Uturuki, hata tukaongea na mmoja wa federation ambaye inafaa kuwa naenda huko kwa masomo. Na ni kocha ambaye anataka kuona kila mtu ako level ya juu. Hataki ubaki chini. So anasema mkienda mnaenda pamoja. Tunasonga pamoja, si unabaki hapa na yeye anasonga huko. So mnasonga pamoja. Na nimelearn mambo mengi sana kwa coach.
Inamaanisha kwamba hii kandanda sisi ucheza tu, sisi ujidanganya. Unapokaa karibu na kocha kama huyo, unapata yani
mengi sana kulingana na pia mchezaji akipata jeraha, mchezaji anafaa kula nini, mazoezi gani mchezaji.
Kweli coach, hapo kwa kukula. Hii ugali yetu sisi ukula inatuharibu ama pia iko tu sawa?
Iko tu sawa, lakini sasa inategemea na kiwango. Unajua kila kitu kwa maisha hata nini wanasema too much of something is poisonous. So ukula kwa kiwango kikubwa sana sina.
So hii tuna kiwango. Unajua chakula hiki is our culture. Wewe kwamba utakuja ubadilisha chakula. Hii ni culture yetu jamaa.
Tusikule yani
ugali sasa.
Hatujasema mambo na kutokula ugali. Tumesema
tule kwa kiwango
kulingana na kiwango.
So sahani moja ile yangu ya kawaida coach,
lazima kuwe na naona nini, kama kuna ugali, kuna mboga, kuna nyama hapo hivyo.
Lazima isiwe tu ugali.
Isiwe tu ugali.
Balance diet.
Ni kama mlima alafu kuna jiwe kando.
Kwa hivyo coach, kusonga mbele. Timu ya taifa tunaangalia kuna mechi ambazo tumekuwa kupiga mechi 4, mechi za mataifa manne. Sio mmejipanga namna gani? Tayari vijana wamekutua ama bado?
Hilo nitaacha kocha mkuu
aongee
azungumzie,
hapo.
Hilo ni la kocha mkuu na
yeye ndio kiongozi.
Unajua huwezi naibu aongelee,
yeye atafunda alafu utameza.
Unajua nimeona kocha amekufoka Lola, amekuyebi, amekuona kwa unaki huyu anataka kunichongea. Coach, back to you. The team, there have been issues about the national team, and more so certain players. I believe you'll pardon me, I'll have to mention some players, Coach. There's guys have been wondering, you call players and don't play. You call a player, he comes from Europe, he doesn't play. Once again you call him, for example, Alfred Scriven, sorry. People are wondering, he's never played. I think he played. There's a match you brought him in, if I'm not wrong.
2 times.
But this is a player who is in Europe, and yet you bring him. In fact, the match that brought a lot of issues is against South Sudan. He warmed up. He never played. We are spending money as a country to bring him in and fly him out. So I don't know what's your response on that.
Spending money?
Yes.
This part is, look, it's very simple. I don't care if somebody is playing in a village in Kenya or in super rich village in Europe. So all of them are Kenyan boys. I don't care where they play and what is their background. And my responsibility is to invite the ones where I believe they are the right ones to be in the squad. So we are talking about 23, 24 players. And at the moment, who are the right ones to play. So, and if anyone has a problem with it, he don't need to come, no problem.
Who doesn't need to come? The player?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let me first
make it clear. Here we are talking about national duty.
Yes.
And the only thing which is what is important is that everybody is ready to give his best for the team, if he plays or not. So sometimes I tell them also, if somebody is here and don't fight for his space, he will be also out. I don't care. Because even the training has to be on a high level. And the moment when we are playing, I will put this in the field where I believe these are the right ones. And this is the only way to grow up. And when people think it is like PlayStation, you put the names together, then I'm sorry.
Coach, may I rephrase my question?
No, I'm not finished. Because this is, for me, if you come from Europe, this kind of questions are ridiculous, I'm sorry to say it. Why I say this? We come back from 500 days. We didn't have a team. We had any base? Nothing. Don't tell me. We had nothing. So now I need to build up. And I told you, normally you need minimum 2 years to build up a team. But we was in this time, I have to say thank you to the boys. We was very fast. I can say after 1 year, we are on a really good way to be a team.
Okay, Coach. So let me move on.
Yeah.
You've explained so well. There's another player, Clark Oduor.
Yeah.
You brought him in.
Yeah. And took him again
out.
You
took him out.
Yeah, it's not first time.
Wait, Coach.
I'm
not done with my question.
I will tell you, Samuel Onyango, I have done the same.
Yeah. Coach, I'm not done with my question.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm bringing this question, I thought, my opinion, I might be wrong, Coach, and you are the expert here.
Yeah.
You brought Clark Oduor in.
Yeah.
In a very tight match. You brought him out. For me, it really killed him. I could see his body language. And is a player who perhaps has not really established his place in the team.
Look, to make it clear, from beginning what I talk to the boys and I stay behind it, I never ever talk about the players outside. Have I done it? Have I ever blamed any player? Never. I take always the blame alone. Yes or no?
Yes, that's what you do.
So, and my expectation, I told the boys, outside I'm staying like a wall in front of you. But if we are inside, my responsibility is not about names, about the team. And if somebody is coming in and he don't do the job I explained very well, then I don't care if he is 18 or 36. I don't care.
So according to you, he did not perform?
No. It's very simple. I told him it was a very tough match.
Yes.
These hard challenges.
Yes.
South Sudan played very hard.
Yes.
And if somebody is not going in a challenge and is going one step ahead, sorry, this is a national team. It's not a club team.
And Coach, even you've just reminded me of one thing. You once misquoted, or rather quoted that you said Kenyan football, we don't have talent. Can
I
you
have
clarify?
never said that. This is one again of this shit. What is in media? What are lies? One day it's what's written. You remember very
Yes,
well.
yes,
Kenyans
yes, yes.
don't know football and whatever.
Yes, it
These
was
are things
quoted.
I have never said, and I ask always. Show me where I said it, and nobody can answer how it is possible. Kenyan have talent. This is not the problem. We have the
Coach,
talent. The problem is that we cannot find the talents young, and we cannot develop them.
Nurturing talent.
Yeah.
Just to add on that, the other day a comment, I don't know if you misquoted or somebody just came up with some story that we are going to easily beat Ivory Coast,
It's again a lie. I never said this.
but you saw it.
Yes, of course. And I asked this person who wrote it, and he told me, I will not mention his name, that his boss said, no, we have to change it, make it like this, it's more interesting for the people. Do you think I'm so stupid to say this? You know the squad of Ivory Coast?
That's why you're here. And that's why I want you to tell Kenyans, because at times,
You clear
coach,
the air.
you might feel that the media is fighting you. You might feel.
No. What I understood here with the Kenyan media, you always want a scandal, something unbelievable to take the attention of the football fans. So, but I have a problem with this, because you need to be honest, like I'm honest to you. You have if I tell something what is crazy for you, write it. It's your right. But things which I never said, you cannot write. You have no right for this. And this happens here. And therefore I said also, 95% of the media, I have a very good relation. Very good. But this 5%, they don't care what I say or
And
what
what are you
I
working
mean.
on it? Are you working on there to make sure that you have 100% on?
Coach,
No, I cannot. I'm only trying to explain that something with this 5%, I'm not going about sport media, they want to have something very big.
sensational.
So, but sensation. And you cannot expect this from me.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't speak dreams, or I don't tell you dreams or something.
But it is possible you can beat Ivory Coast.
This is a totally different thing.
Uh-huh.
It was exactly written, we will beat easy Ivory Coast and we will go easy to the World Cup.
I know, okay.
So, how somebody can even believe that I can say this? Look at
Msikilizaji-
the squad of Ivory
msikilizaji,
Coast.
tuko naye kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa Harambee Stars Injini Firat, na joto linazidi kuwaka hapa ndani ya studio. Manake maswali yanakuja, maswali. Tuko karibu kufungua simu zetu msikilizaji, nambari yetu ya mawasiliano kama kawa 0793047047. Coach,
One thing
I know you
about-
want to explain.
No, one thing about my Ivory Coast before I forget,
Yes.
because you said about me, to explain about me. It will be for me a very special match. The reason is, you cannot plan it. God wanted like this. I played against the actual world champion. It was in this time France, in Paris, with all squad, with Mbappe and all together. We lost in last minutes because of a very strange penalty there, 2-1. So I played against the actual Italia, actual European champion. I played against the actual ASEAN champion. And when the AFCON started, I was sure Ivory Coast will win, because we will play them in June. So I was sure that God had planned it. So, and I will play in June also against the actual Africa champion. And I can assure you, I don't believe that ever anyone in Kenya can say this. So I believe that if God has a plan, then he has also a good positive plan for us in June against Ivory Coast.
Coach, before we open the lines for the listener also to give some questions, I'm back to the playing unit. It's normally I'm normally at pains at times to even to explain certain things, and I'm sorry if I'll be a bit hard on you.
Okay.
Benson Omala is a player that has been quite consistent, my opinion. You are the expert here.
Especially on your KPL.
Yes, scoring goals week in, week out. There's a time that you didn't include him in the team. Then you included him, he went and scored.
You didn't, you would not score in this situation?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll score 2 goals. In the situation that he had.
Look, guys, this, for me, most important is that Benson understands something. Because, I say it again, the national team is international level. And our dream is to bring the national team on a higher level. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this means everyone has to develop in this puzzle, has to develop. And I told the players, not only Benson, all of them, if somebody is happy with his performance in the KPL, and thinks this will help him in the national team, then we have totally different minds. If somebody don't have the vision that he can play in a good league and not here in Kenya, then he has a problem with me. And I explained Benson exactly every detail which I don't like, which he has to change to get on international level. So, and if in this moment I have to ask everybody in Gor Mahia club, very simple thing. Gor Mahia, nearly most of my players in the national team played before in Gor Mahia, yes?
Yes.
All of them, when they played well, are gone to Europe and gone to good teams, yes?
Yes.
So why nobody is going now out? They are champion. They are champion, but nobody is transferring. Now everybody is talking about the transfer from Benson, where? To Algeria. For what? Which money? $20,000. Are you joking with me? The goal-getter number 1 from Kenya should go for $20,000?
So you think it was a raw deal?
I said why is it people are telling me he is so good and $20,000 deal? What is this? I tell you something. Now ask Sharks. They bring now Stanley Vincent to Ike Stockholm, Premier League of Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. And they're going to pay. So if you are good, everybody's coming. Everybody's looking now at Africa. Everybody in Europe is focused on Africa. And we have to ask ourselves, it's not only about Benson, it's a general problem of us. If we are so good, if all our boys are wonder kids or wonder boys, what they write all the time, every match is mastermind or whatever, why we don't have even, you are in every match everywhere. Show me one scout from Europe. Why is they not here?
Can I respond, Coach?
Yes.
There's a match and I think Ken will attest to this. We were with him in Tunisia. There's a match. Harambee Stars was playing Libya. And I think I'll support what you're saying. There was Dennis Oliech, coach, and an agent. That time, Dennis was at the top.
Yeah.
Mariga was at the top. Victor was at the top. And these 3 agents were seated together. Then I joined them while the team was warming up. Then when I introduced myself, oh, you journalist from Kenya, oh, good now. Then I asked them, I told them, they introduced themselves. Then I told them, this is a very good day. All of you are here. It means that today we'll pick more players from my team. They looked at each other, and one of them said, I'm not going to say who's agent. He said, these are schoolboys. Then I asked, what do you mean schoolboys? He said the body mass is a big problem. Kenyan players moving from Kenya with this such body mass, they cannot play in Europe.
Different words, what I say always, aggressivity. Look at the Premier League, how they go there in the challenges. You see it? Compare it with us. So this is reality. So people have to understand this is not blaming something or whatever. Let's focus on reality. Even now, look, when we played Iran, they didn't know who we are. We played Qatar. It was shocking for all Middle East. You know why? Not why because we won. This was not the point. That we played football. Before the goal, the corner, the first 1-0, you know that we make nearly 20 passes before Daniel Anyembe was on the right side, totally free. They break totally the pressing of them. They was lost, Qatar. And everybody's still talking about it. So we can play football, but we have zero marketing. Nobody knows anything about us. What happened? Ask Ken what happened before we played Russia. What they was writing in the Russian media about us. Now they write nothing anymore.
What were they saying?
They were saying that the firefighters from Belarus can play better football than the Kenyan national team.
So they were calling us firefighters?
No, they are better than us.
Huh?
Firefighters from Belarus. Or somebody else said, hey, they don't have even boots and whatever.
That's how they look at us.
Yeah.
Yes, look.
Hey, coach. Nikubaevu.
Kweli.
So, but this is, you see, this is our problem.
They're saying firefighters in Belarus
Are better.
Are better than us.
Yeah, but before the match. But I have to
After
say
the match?
also, but you know, I have also to say, but Valery Karpin said before the match was totally different. Because they don't know Kenya, there's no marketing. Valery watched us. So, when Valery said before the match even, the coach of Russia, he said...
Coach, hold it there. I just want to hand over the TV session back to the their programming. Kwalanda na wenzake, good job you're doing. I'm handing you back to your original program. And once again, thank you for including Radio 47 and the coach in your show. Kwalanda, take it away. Asante sana Kwalanda, huyo upande ule mwingine. Msikilizaji, tuko live ndani ya TV 47. Manake kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa lazima akaweza kupata nafasi ya kuonekana na Wakenya. Coach, we are back.
So before the match, the coach of Russia, they asked him also, what do you think? They played before us against Cameroon. And against Cameroon, they won 1-0, but they could win easy 3-4-0. They hit 3 times, I think, the post. And they asked him why we play, okay, Cameroon, we can understand why we play Kenya. And he said to them, look, guys, you don't know Kenya. You're right, Cameroon has much better players with high profile, playing in very good teams, but Kenya is a much better trained team, much stronger,
better trained.
So, and they're to coming to the point. And if somebody asks about critics and whatever, and I tell them, look, for me it's important what my real colleagues are thinking about my job, what I have done. And there I get the answer. There I get the answer for my work. So therefore I don't care if, for example, Fred is coming out, oh, Firat is making bullshit. I really don't care so much if people are in a high-level football appreciate what I'm doing. You understand what I mean? So, and we have to so understand that's the only way for us also, and what I'm telling the boys, if we want to compete, if we want to go for the next level, it works only with a really good team which is working together. We have not start players like other teams, but we can make our team a star, and this has to be our way.
Dakika 39 na katika baada ya saa 11 uko ndani ya Radio 47. Bado tuko naye kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa Harambee Stars Injin Firat na msaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo. Na basi mambo inazidi kutokota.
Tobwe la wiki, mjadala pevu wa sporti.
Okay, coach, before we just allow the coach to come in, there's these 4 players. That is Shikanga, Dennis Nganga, Benson Omala, Rooney, and
who? Okay, Omala, Kenya, Omala,
Omurwa.
Yes.
After playing the match against Seychelles.
Yes, and the other one, the 2 matches we played in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
The 4 players have not been paid.
Their allowance. I don't know if you are
I don't
aware.
know if you are aware, coach.
I am. I talk.
Wait,
So,
let's go slow there.
yeah.
So it's true
You are
that they have
aware.
not been paid.
Look, people, I don't lie and I don't hide anything.
No, open man. You are too
coach,
straight.
wait.
To
We're
make
taking
it
you
clear,
slowly.
But we have to understand this. The ministry, I don't know how many people are there, who is responsible for what, I don't know. So therefore normally the allowance is coming from where? From ministry.
Yes.
So, and they told me that the other players there was a problem. We asked for it to solve the problem because it's not only players, also the rest didn't
Technical
get
team.
Yeah. So it's nothing, it's not a big secret or whatever. Everybody knows. There's no problem. And but what I said now to our federation is it is not good that we wait. We wait till it's paid from there. Let's pay the boys, because I can understand the boys that maybe they get the feeling why these players are paid or not.
Demoralizes the
But
players.
it has nothing to do with us, to be honest. Nothing. So
Okay,
nothing.
so it's true that they have not been paid and it's
I
being
think
sorted.
this is, to be honest, this is not. Let me tell you like this. What I asked the boys is, the last year was very tough for us, very tough, and 90% of the problems we had, nobody will ever hear about it, and you don't know, nobody knows.
Coach, we know.
So, and
We know your problems.
So to go, and I asked the players, look guys, I said, what we are doing in the end, one part is for the people of Kenya and the second part is for ourselves. And if we start something, I sacrifice a lot and I expect the same from you guys. And this means that financial problems or whatever should not stop us from fighting for the national team, fighting for the right things. And I think the boys are doing it in a good way. And look guys, face the reality, the boys win away against the Asia champion. The boys could win in last minute. We get a goal from Russia, former Olympic and European champion. And God will, we will make a surprise also in June against the Africa champion. And this will happen all in 1 year. Whenever you have this kind of things in your history, never, man. So please support the boys.
No, we are supporting them, and that's why we are asking for their money. For us to close that discussion, Coach, kindly, I talked to these boys.
Yeah.
I brought this issue out. Kindly, Coach, just talk to the federation before we move to the 4 nation in Malawi. Let the dues be sorted. We are just requesting.
Fred, before you even think something, I have done it. Don't worry.
So it will be done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Umemaliza. Sasa tunachukua simu, msikilizaji, wakati wako wa kuweza kujadiliana nasi. Kitu ambaye napenda Coach Ken. Coach ni straightforward. Na najua Coach ni mtu wa bidii. Hii wiki haitapita. Coach, I'm just saying, I know you are a very hard-working person. This week might not go before the, and if it goes to pass this week, next week the players will get their dues. That's my word, not your word.
I make more than enough pressure, don't worry.
Thank you. Nambari yetu ya mawasiliano, msikilizaji, 0793 047 047. Wakati wako
0783 047
na wakati wako wa kumuuliza swali. Kama uko na swali, pendekezo, mawazo, makocha wawili wote wako hapa. Kocha mkuu Engine Firat na vile vile kumsaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo. Hello Radio 47. Hello.
Hello.
Sema nasi, nani mwenzetu?
Adam kutoka Lungalunga kwa account.
Karibu sana, habari ya Lungalunga?
Lungalunga kwema, labda huko Nairobi.
Niko Gangari, uko na swali kwa coach?
Mimi tu nampongeza.
Unampongeza.
Ningependa tu kuuliza hivi. Mbona tumeona amefanya usajili wa wachezaji wengi lakini sijawahi waona wakicheza wote? Ni kwa sababu gani?
Haya.
Ambapo ingekuwa wanacheza, timu yetu ingekuwa kidedea kabisa.
Okay. Asante sana, basi atazijibu kwa jumla. Nazidi kuchukua simu yako msikilizaji. Tuko na kocha mkuu wa timu ya taifa Harambee Stars Engine Firat na vile vile msaidizi wake Ken Odhiambo. Nambari yetu ya mawasiliano kama kawa 0793 047 047. Hello Radio 47. Hello. Ai. Ni ule rafiki yako ama nani Lucky?
Rafiki nani?
Ule aitwa nani ule Mkamerun? Hello.
So afraid of Ken.
Hello Radio 47.
Hello. Hello.
Sema nasi.
Ningependa kuuliza coach.
Ndio.
Kwa kama ni kulipa players wote malipo mara moja.
Unamuhimiza malipo iwe mara moja, sio?
Yes.
Asante sana. Wewe pia msikilizaji, kama una wazo, pendekezo ama swali lolote tu, huelewi lolote kuhusu Harambee Stars, yuko hapa kocha mkuu. Hello Radio 47.
Karocho.
Sema nasi.
Habari yako? Sura mbaya Rose.
Gangari kama mti, tuko na coach.
Asante sana. Kwanza msalimie, najua kizungu imenipita kidogo.
Ndio.
Nilikuwa ni kama naochi TV lakini hapo sawa. Na pia coach pia msaidizi wake pia msalimie sana. Kazi nzuri Arocho.
Asante. Hello Radio 47.
Hello Mabuji.
Yes.
Gangari kabisa.
Amjambo.
Tuko Gangari, nani mwenzetu?
Mimi naitwa Mayo kutoka Wasingishu.
Karibu sana Mayo. Uko na swali kwa coach?
Niko na swali kwa coach.
Ndio.
Licha amejitetea vilivyo. Kwa nini timu ya Kenya bado haijaweza kufika hata hii AFCON ya juzi?
Unasema kwa nini hata AFCON hatujacheza
Hata AFCON hatujacheza.
Asante sana, lakini AFCON ya juzi tulikuwa tumepigwa marufuku, ndio maana hatungeweza kucheza. Wewe pia msazi, kama kuna swali, pendekezo ama wazo, tunazidi kuchukua simu zako wewe ambao unatusikiza. Hello Radio 47. Gangari, niko na Lucky Ariano.
Ariano. Sasa unaongea na msogezi kutoka Ayata.
Karibu sana.
Ambao iko Machakos County.
Ndio.
Sasa imizo langu ni jaribu kumpea Engine Firat wakati.
Tumpeleke polepole.
Tumpeleke polepole, amejenga timu.
Ndio.
Jana wajaribu kucheza mpira mzuri.
Ndam.
So tukiangalia ubaya wake pia uzuri wake maze tusaulike naye. So tumpe psych na mambo yatakuwa mazuri.
Apewe muda.
Apewe muda bana.
Asante sana. Hello Radio 47.
Hello rafiki yangu Trika.
Gangari kama mti, nani mwenzetu?
Nani kama wewe kwa watangazaji wa Kambumbu hapa nchini Kenya.
Karibu sana, uko na swali?
Sasa ni mtumishi mmoja kutoka cha Msingiri Kolomani.
Karibu sana mtumishi.
Mimi naona kocha anafanya kazi mzuri.
Ndio.
Ingawa sisi kama Wakenya tumuunge mkono. Maneno ya kubadilisha makocha sio vizuri. Tumuunge mkono na umwambie atembee mkoa wa Magharibi, atembee kule Nyanza, aende Rift Valley, aende hata kule Central.
Tulikuwa naye Kakamega juzi. Tulikuwa naye Kakamega.
Wachezaji wazuri wanaweza jenga hii timu yetu ya Kenya. Ukapila tukitoa kwa hii timu yetu ya Harambee Stars. Kenya itasonga mbele na itakuwa ingi kama, yani tunaona kama kule Rift Valley.
Ndio.
Tunajua tu wale wajamaa wa mbio wanatoka wa marathon wanatoka Rift Valley.
Mbona unasema kuna ukabila?
Kuna mpira
Mbona unasema kuna ukabila? Hii timu ya taifa huwa na ukabila kweli?
Ukabila inakuwa wewe hujui. Sasa kuna wachezaji wazuri lakini vile watu wanajuana kule mbele, mtu anapeleka mtu mwenye hajui lolote kule mbele. Ukabila ndio unaanzia kwa wale viongozi. Hiyo
nitamuuliza Ken Odhiambo. Asante sana. Hiyo ni swali la Ken Odhiambo. Ukabila ndani ya timu ya taifa. Hello, mimi naye. Okay, wacha nisitoe maoni yangu. Hello, Radio 47.
Hello Arocho.
Sema nasi.
Ni Ryan kutoka Kericho.
Karibu sana.
I would like to tell the coach that he's doing a very, very big job.
Congratulations
to him.
You're congratulating the coach?
Yeah, because so far the team is, I'm seeing is going forward.
Okay.
Yeah, so give him my congratulatory message and give him time to explain himself.
Umesema uko wapi?
Kericho.
Niko Kericho.
Okay, coach, kudos from Kericho.
Give him time and let the federation do his work for paying the players, but let him do his work of players and bringing the players.
Okay.
So we are heading somewhere as a country.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Some accolades from Kericho. You're doing a good job. Dakika ikiwa inakatika dakika 50 baada ya saa 11, zinasalia dakika 10 kutimia saa 12. Tupate vidokezo.
Vidokezo vya habari za Radio 47.
NTSA yalaumiwa kutokana na uongezeko wa ajali barabarani, na wanafunzi wa Tingeret Nandi wanufaika na basari. Hayo sio matamshi ya Arocho. Ni itakapotimia mida ya saa 12 atakuwa natua hapa Wadi Mwema atupatie habari, alafu tutakuwa tunajibu maswali yako kabla ya kocha kudondoka.
Vidokezo vya habari za kina.